and get started now, because we got quite a bit to go through, because we're going to be, of course, looking at all fatalities, all fatal blows in this game. And then after we might do some more online stuff, because I do actually, because I have been trying out Rain with a Sub-Zero cameo, and dude, Rain's nice. Rain's very fun to play. He may not have like the best damage compared to someone like Smoke who can like sneeze out 40%, or Rain who can literally sneeze 40 or 50% on one touch with no effort. But man, his range is very enjoyable to play. So maybe I'll show him off a little bit later. But right now, we are gonna go down the list. We are gonna go do the fatalities and the fatal blows. I've seen all of these so far. I'm not gonna like. I have seen all of the fatalities and fatal blows. And this game basically did what I wanted MK11 to do, and I think these fatalities are much more creative than I think MK11 ever got. Like, there's still, like, that right amount of shock. Like, I mean, we'll see a character in a bit who is definitely more shock than just, like, creativity into a certain sense, but, like, the fatalities in here are very much more creative than MK11 was with their characters, and I love it so much. To say I like the fatalities being creative is a bit weird, but that's kind of what I wanted, was just fatalities to be more creative. And this game definitely delivers on that better than 11 ever did. 11 was just like, how do we end this finisher? Let's just have them explode. This game does have something kind of like that, where it's like, okay, we don't really know what we're doing. Let's just have them be like split in half or something. But I think this game does have a better understanding of what it wants from its fatalities, at least. They're more cohesive, if that makes sense. MK11 just felt like they had a cool idea to start, but didn't know how to end. This one at least feels like there is a coherency between, we know how we want to start this fatality, and we were able to come up with a way to end it that still made sense. So I have a list of the other, like, I don't have everyone's second fatality, unfortunately, because you have to get it through character mastery, and I don't think it's saved in the list if you do it normally. So we're just gonna go down the list though, and yeah, we'll do the cameos as we go. I guess it doesn't matter.
Frost. Sundo.
Okay, we'll just go down the list, both sides.
Finish him.
Ashura is the first one on the list, so we will go ahead and get started. Start this off now.
Fatality. Ashura wins.
That one is a very good, short and
Flawless
sweet
victory.
fatality. They do a good job with, like, it's not a long, drawn-out fatality. It's one that's just like, Ashura is going to do all this shit, and you're really not gonna have much of a choice. But you're gonna have to deal with it. And it's a very cool way to do it, and it's, you know, the proper MK gore. It's the right MK beats. Alright, so this one, down, back. This one is cool.
Fatality. Ashura wins.
That's just cool that it utilizes a different
Flawless
aspect of her sword.
victory.
Also, Ashura's little pose at the end is kind of goofy. But that does a good job at, like, showing another aspect of her sword besides, obviously, the heavenly light that she kind of gives out. Alright, so now I gotta do Darius' fatality. Which I will say, unfortunately, they did not bring back the correct Darius fatality. You'll see what I mean.
Fatality. Ashura
It's not a terrible one,
Flawless victory.
but of the two fatalities that Darius had in Deception, this was not the one to bring back. The one they should have brought back was the one where he just rearranges the parts on you and creates, I think, as the fatalities called, a masterpiece. I would have loved to see that one remade. It really, like, I don't know if they just couldn't really figure out how to make that one look right. On, I feel like that might be part of it, is they probably just couldn't figure out how to make that one look normal. Or, like, look good nowadays. But it wasn't it was never a bad fatality. Should I do them all on Johnny? If you know what, fuck, we'll do Raiko. Raiko, sorry.
Serena, Frost, Sumo.
Honestly, with what Raiko does in his fatalities, it makes sense we're gonna do some on him. Man needs a little bit of... He needs to think about what he did. I mean, it's a very, very gory way to do his original fatality, like one of his original fatalities. Because it's definitely supposed to be like a take on the one where he just stabs you and then like lifts you up, and then you just die. This one they took it a step further. It's a Baraka fatality. Baraka is usually just very savage with what he does. And you know what? We love
Finish him.
Or down Becky. Okay, that's mid apparently, even though it's technically close. Oh, this one's fucked up.
Fatality. Baraka wins.
Literally just treat you like a like, oh god. This one's fucked up in many ways. Very, very fucked up. I forgot how kind of brutal that one is. God damn. That's, what's sad is it's probably one of the better fatalities Baraka's had in a while, which is kind of is weird to say that.
Fatality. Baraka wins. Flawless victory.
That's a cool one. I think obviously I think the key shot in that is the heart beating. But I think it's really good. I think it's actually like a good one. Again, it's one that's short but sweet. It doesn't like linger too long on things that don't need to be lingered on. General Shao's next on the list.
General Shao, Reiko, Cyrax, Frost, Sundar.
It shows my audio's a bit low because I think I turned it down. Let me real quickly turn that up. Okay, now it's a bit loud. Turn it down just a notch. That's a small zone for that. Jesus. This is what I think it is? Yes, it is.
Fatality. General Shao.
Guys, you can just tell us you wanted Cabal in the game. But, like, for real, though, that is like, such a Cabal fatality, and I think it's actually funnier that, of all people, Shao Kahn or General Shao has it. I guess it's a good way to display just how strong he is, that he's just whipping you around that fast, like it's nothing. But I think it's just funnier that a fatality that seemingly belongs to Cabal was given to General Shao.
Fatality. General Shao wins.
He just tosses you away at the end.
Victory.
Just fucking tosses you like a used napkin at the end. I will say, I kind of have a soft spot for this one because, as my friend said, he uses the axe the complete wrong way, and that's what makes it funny. That's what makes it a good one. Is he has an axe, but yeah, he uses the axe in the worst possible way.
Finish.
It's his first game with it, you know. You gotta give him it's his first game with the axe. He still isn't used to it.
Shao wins.
This is probably the
Flawless
best cameo
victory.
fatality in the game. I mean, they did such a good job doing a modern rendition of Annihilation. Even if it was not originally Cyrex's fatality, because technically it's Smoke's fatality from MK2. Or no, MK3, sorry. But later versions would give this fatality to Cyrex. Which it makes more sense because Cyrex is the bomb guy. He's the one with the actual like bomb. So it makes more sense that he would get it. But then again, Smoke back in like MK3 was the only robot before Ultimate. I think he was, right? Wasn't Smoke the only? I think Smoke was the only robot. Like back in the earlier days.
Geras, Reiko, Kano, Frost, Sundo.
Remember, Geras has a really good one, and I think his first one's not too bad either.
Finish him. Fatality. Geras wins. Flawless victory.
I've said this many a time. The fact that he does all of that just to pound you into the ground like that, basically exemplifying, this could have ended so long ago. I could have ended this fatality ages ago, but I dragged it out. That's kind of hard. Like that, Geras kind of goes hard in this game. I forgot I have to look at this. Down forward back. This one's really good.
Fatality. Geras.
It is so fucking cool.
Victory.
To rip your head off in a different timeline, hit you with it, and then hand you your own head so you can sit there and contemplate how fucked you are before another Geras essentially does the same thing. That is such a good use of, like, the timeline shit and, like, Geras' power. Like, that is so fucking creative, and I love it. That is such a good one. Fuck, I think I was missing an input there. I think I was just doing back. I don't think I was putting down in there. Like, properly. Also, is that close? I was not looking at the... A lot of fatalities in this game are mid, and there's like one or two close ones. Okay, just mid.
Finish him.
God damn it, Kano. Mid in this game, we need to talk about where mid is in terms of like spacing, because it changes a lot.
Finish him.
There we go. It seems to usually be based on like your character's like mid fatality.
Fatality. Geras.
I mean, it's Kano's classic. It is his
Victory.
MK1 classic heart rip. He's had it from the beginning. Of course, that was going to be the one they gave him. Next up is Havoc.
Havoc. Reiko. Sonya Blade. Frost. Sundo.
I do wish I was able to really figure Havoc out. I was so excited for him. It's still cool he's in the game. I still think he's like one of the best like animated characters in this game. But man, I wish I liked his gameplay more.
Fatality. Havoc wins.
That's just a crazy fatality. I couldn't even realize. I always wondered why he looked damaged at the end. He takes the damage you do. Like, you notice like the part of his body that's like fucked up is the part of your body that's missing. So he takes the same damage you do. So like basically what he did to you goes to him as well, but he just survives it because it's Havoc. I don't think I ever noticed that before. That is a cool ass fatality. Again, good use of Havoc's just
Finish him.
unknown ability to just do whatever he wants to himself and not be injured. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, okay.
Fatality. Havoc wins.
Again, another very good use of character. Because again, Havoc can regenerate, so what do you do when you're someone who can regenerate? You don't care how hard you hit somebody. For him to just throw a kick to your side that has form, like the form so bad that it shatters his leg, but he actually like kind of plays along with it. He's like, "Oh, okay, this works. Now I've got a weapon. Now I've got like a blade to just knee you in the chin like with a bone." I think that's a really good use of Havoc's character. It may not be like as overly flashy as his first one. I think it's just as good, if not better, than his first one, though. Because again, it's a really good way to utilize what the character's gimmick is, which is regeneration. There we go. Let me just fucking twist around like that.
Fatality. Havoc wins.
Again, it's the classic
Flawless
from MK1.
victory.
It is the classic. I feel like I can't really dog it because it's just like it may not, again, it's not flashy by any means, but it's what Sonya's most well known for is that fatality. At least like when it comes to like finisher moves. Alright, Johnny
K. Rico. Sector. Frost.
We'll move over to like
Ying Fortress.
go to Ying Fortress, why not? I love all these stages, by the way. I love that stages are kind of just cosmetic now, so I can pick whatever stage I want and not worry about like getting hit with like a interactable or something.
Finish him.
Yep.
Talk about
Seen this one a lot in the beta.
Meet Hollywood's newest star.
Yep.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
I mean, it is a Johnny fatality. People say that one's not as good because it just kind of reminds me of Cassie Cage. I think it makes sense considering Cassie Cage is literally his daughter. I think it makes sense that he would just take one of her fatalities. Alright. Oh yeah, that's what, okay. Forward, down, back. If you were prone to not liking car accidents, I would look away because this one does involve a car accident. Just actually a genuine warning. Like,
Vroom vroom. And boom.
Fatality.
I mean, that is a pretty good one.
Wins. Flawless victory.
I can't say I've seen that from Johnny before, or any character for that matter. Also, the toasty thrown in there as well, and his license plate saying fatality are nice little touches. As well, I think a lot of... So, when he opens the door and you hear like the little music playing, that can be any, I think, of the classic stage musics from like MK1 through MK3. Because I think in the trailer where they showed that fatality off, it was the pit. But I've heard like Living Forward stuff, I've heard other like musics from other ones. There we go. Sector's fatality.
Fatality.
Classic compactor.
Johnny
Although I
Cage.
think this is actually the best looking classic in this game.
Flawless victory.
I think this is the best looking, like, besides, I mean, no, Cyrex's Annihilation is probably the best looking classic. This is definitely second best looking. I think going to, like, the classic, like, side view camera to really show, like, the perspective was really cool. It's a good one. Sector definitely got a good one. I think some cameos didn't quite get, like, the best fatalities, but I think
Frost.
some of them definitely got the good ones, you know?
Ying Fortress.
Alright, another stress test and beta fatality.
Finish him.
Interesting. There's two different inputs I'm seeing here for this fatality.
Fatality. Can she...
One thing I noticed with that fatality that actually does make it different than the one from the beta is now it looks like the like Sento stance like ancestor that you can call out when you go to Sento stance. Now that is what, like, instead of Kenshi just throwing the sword through your body, it almost is like as if Sento is guiding, like the ancestor is guiding Sento through the body, which I think is a nice touch to add to that fatality to make it better. I think that actually makes it like much better. Because it implies that Sento is like helping out with Kenshi, like with his telekinesis, which I really like. But I need to look. Oh, this one's far. There we go. Oh yeah, this one's sweet.
Fatality.
I mean, that's just cool.
Can she wins? Flawless victory.
Literally slices and dices you without even ever being near you or even touching the sword. That's just sweet, dude. That's a really good one for Kenshi.
Finish him.
It's still got like the shock and gore, but it's also fairly creative with what it does.
Fatality. Can she wins?
I think I brought it up when we did this in the beta. It's a nice reference to her Deadly Alliance fatality. It's not the best fatality, but I don't think it's absolutely terrible. I think it's just, it lacks a bit of impact, but I think overall it's a bit like better than I think some people give it credit for. It's a nice nod. I don't think it was done better than what was done in Deadly Alliance, unfortunately, but still cool.
Kitana.
Now we're on to
Rico.
Kitana.
Jax Frost. Ying Fortress.
Okay.
Finish him.
Another beta fatality.
Fatality. Kitana wins. Flawless
It's not bad.
victory.
I think it's, compared to some of the other ones we've seen, it is just, I think, okay. Especially now that we're in like the live game, we've got like all the fatalities. But it's not bad.
Finish him.
And I'm back. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Jesus Christ. Fucking body horror.
Kitana wins.
We're just quickly gonna transition to a
Flawless
Cronenberg
victory.
movie real quick. My God, I forgot that that's what our second one was. That is way better than her first one. Because it's a disgusting update on the classic like kiss fatality that she had, and I think she had that. Yeah, because hers was a play I think on Sonya's Kiss of Death. She had her own version in MK2, and they just kept updating it ever since. I think this is probably the best version of it. Because holy shit, dude, fucking melt, like straight up melt. All right.
Finish him.
Nope, we're just gonna retry that now then. Did it say mid?
Finish him.
There we go.
Fatality.
I like that they could have,
Flawless victory.
they could have just given Jack the classic arm rip fatality, and you know, been like, okay, there's the classic, we're done. The fact they gave him this classic fatality is so much better, because it's just so ridiculous, and I love it. They could have just been normal with what they gave him, and they said, no, we gotta give him the ridiculous one. But yet, Darius didn't even get his ridiculous one. So, like, man, they really They did super good with giving Jax like the best classic he could have.
Kung Lao, Reiko,
But then they just missed on
Striker,
giving
Frost,
Darius his best.
Fortress.
Alright. Kung Lao.
Finish him.
And yeah, that's Kung Lao slicing and dicing.
Wins. Flawless victory.
It's an interesting way to incorporate again both of his classic fatalities together. You know? It takes both of his more classic fatalities and just puts them together.
Finish.
They did a similar thing in MK9, but I think the one in MK9 was just a bit better, personally. So it can stay.
Fatality.
Man, I think it's a more interesting way to split him in half,
Flawless
personally.
victory.
Also, the trust he has to put to, like, put his back to his own hat like that and trusting it's only gonna hit them, it's not even gonna hit me. Also, I do think him, like, pulling them and then smacking them like that was a good way to end it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alright. Striker.
Finish him.
Get him, Striker.
Fatality.
God damn it, Striker. Fucking goofy
Flawless
motherfucker.
victory.
Again, it's his classic, was it safety vest? Is that what it was called? It's the one from MK3? No, MK3. It's cool to see it redone here. And I think just Striker's little smirk as he's walking away and then this pose right here definitely sell it a lot more. Fucking Striker, man. He's so goofy. I'm glad they brought him back, at least as a cameo. So we get to see that goofiness. God, I fucking love him, dude.
Lee May.
Lee May.
Scorpion. Frost. Ying Fortress.
Alright, there's another beta fatality. And probably one of my favorites from the beta, honestly.
Fatality.
It's still very creative. It's still probably one of my favorites. Treating your head like a fucking firework. I mean, I can't say I've seen any other game that's done that.
Finish him.
Oh, she got Lee May. Dude, this is cool.
Fatality. Lee May wins. Flawless
I think that one's good. I think
victory.
the ending really helps it. Like, having the fucking, like... Oh, what is that? Like... I don't want to guess incorrectly on what that is. But, like, having just, like, the animal come out and grab the head at the end. Essentially implying that she put that thing in you. I think is really cool. That's a really good second fatality. Lee May definitely got two very, solid ones.
Finish
Alright, Scorpion.
him.
So what's the toasty?
Fatality. Lee May wins. Flawless
I like how they went to MK. Was it MK2 or MK3? I think it was MK3, where characters would just explode into a number of bones that, when you really look at it, that's not how many bones are in the human body. But I do like how they added that into that. It definitely makes that toasty a bit better. Right to Liu Kang now.
Liu Kang, Reiko, Sub-Zero, Frost.
Let's go
Tomb of the Dragon Army.
Oh, we got Liu Kang's trailer fatality.
Finish him.
The original reveal trailer fatality.
Fatality.
I mean, this is probably one of the few, like, reveal trailer fatalities that I actually really enjoy. They're normally okay, but I find the character's other fatalities just always be better than the trailer fatality. But this one, yeah, this one's actually, like, a really good one. Very cinematic, but I think that definitely helps it.
Finish him.
There we go. Oh yeah, and then this one.
Fatality. Liu Kang wins. Flawless victory.
I mean, that's just... Dude summons a black hole just to kill you. If that's not the most extra fucking thing I have ever seen. This might be my, like, the best fatality in the game. Also, looking at the list, I did not know what the name of this fatality was. Apparently it's called Spaghettification. I don't know if that is their personal name they gave it, because some of these are just called this person's second fatality. But other ones actually have a name. So are you telling me that this thing is actually called just fucking Spaghettification? And not like Black Hole? If so, that's kind of funny. But holy shit, is that fatality fucked up on so many levels.
Finish.
Probably one of the best ones in the game, and it's fitting that Liu Kang would get it.
him.
There we go. Try to find where mid was.
Fatality. Liu Kang wins.
I mean, it's the spine rip, and again, this is probably the best the spine rip has looked. This is probably like the... But, after Cyrex and Sector, probably the third best looking classic Fatal in the game. The fact that he, like, they keep adding how much of the spine he's pulling out every time he does it. In the classic, it's just like the first couple of, like, you know, vertebrae. Next time, it was just a little more. Now we're at the point where he's pulling out all the way down to the tailbone. Like, he just keeps pulling more spine out every time. Eventually, it's going to be the whole skeleton like he did in Deadly Alliance. He's just going to pull your whole ass skeleton out. Was it Deadly Alliance or was it Deception? I think it was Deadly Alliance. Where he pulled your whole skeleton out your back. We're going to get back to that at some point with Sub-Zero if he keeps fucking pulling more of your bones out every time he does a spine rip. I do like it, though. Very good.
Melina.
All around to Melina. God help us.
The Temple of Kataravala.
This announcer, by the way, is amazing. I love this announcer for this game. I don't normally, like, look too much at, like, I don't normally listen too much like the announcer in these games. This one's probably my favorite with, like, the really deep voice. Oh, this one's fun. I just noticed something with that fatality I don't think I've seen before.
Flawless victory.
When she takes the brain out, I think she either the eyes fall back or she takes the eyes out. But I did notice if you look at their eyes when she like is pulling your brain out, you see the eyes sink back, like sink in. Like I don't know if like they're just falling back in because there's nothing there, or if she's pulling all of that out. But that is so fucked up. They definitely still have the shock value in all these fatalities, and they're definitely still disgusting. But I think they're doing better with the shock than they were in MK11, at least. And we haven't even gotten to Reiko yet. Where I think a lot of that's going to come in. Back to Ray. Jesus.
Fatality.
I think that one's okay.
Wins. Flawless victory.
I mean, the neck twist is very crunchy and brutal. don't know why I used crunchy there. That was very poor taste, but definitely very, like, brutal on the neck snap and, like, pulling the head off. But why did she have to stab you in... Like, why did she slice the stomach if that didn't end up doing anything? I get it was probably just to, like, bring him down so she could stab you in the head, but I feel like that was missing, like, that had a promising start and a pretty good end, admittedly. I just think we were missing something in the middle along with the head twist that kind of made it feel complete. This is the first fatality so far where I'm like, there is something missing. Like, something is not there. Like, maybe Frost's fatality was, like, missing impact, but that felt like it was missing, like, an entire action. Almost. She doesn't have a good one to... It's a good first one anyway.
Fatality. Melina wins.
I do like how he hits the classic pose, like, does it exactly as well. That's cool. And that it plays out pretty much exactly how it did in the other game. That's cool. It's always cool to see them do, like, the classics like that. I think, obviously, main roster Kung Lao's fatalities are better, but, I mean, that's because, like, they're newer, so, you know, there's more to actually investigate with that.
Nitara.
Went to Nitara.
Reiko. Shujinko Frost. The Gateway.
I forgot this one. It was called Veternus Kombat. Get it? Because it's like a box. Get it?
Fatality. Nitara wins.
I think I've seen on
Flawless
Twitter
victory.
someone, like, tweeted this fatality and basically just said if Batman was evil, and that's essentially what it is. Like, that's literally what that is fucked up on so many levels. But also, like, I can't say I've seen someone eat bats like that. So, you know, again, the creativity is really showing here, and I'll keep saying it because I think that's what should matter most in a fatality.
Fatality. Nitara wins.
That one is just funny.
Flawless victory.
That one is just funny. Have your, like, when she kicks you back, you'd think, like, maybe you yourself would slam to the ground, but having your whole skeleton fly out your back to slam to the ground is way better. It's just way funnier. Because it makes no sense. Alright, Shujinko.
Finish him.
Love the Kill Bill reference.
Nitara wins.
I'm glad that they went for that
Flawless
and did not try and
victory.
give Shujinko one of the classic fatalities that he had in Deception. Because those were fucking terrible. Again, I'm probably a bit more biased because I had to go through the process of unlocking them, which was annoying. But I'm so glad they gave him not only a new fatality, but they made it a Kill Bill reference with the 5-point strike, which is probably one of my favorite parts of that movie, is them showcasing that. Like, such a cool idea for, like, a finisher move. I'm really glad, like, that was the direction they went with him. And there have been people that have said that he, I think, looks like the older man from Kill Bill. Like, he looks like the master from Kill Bill, so... Like, I mean, it looks like they may have seen that too, because they definitely were inspired by something. That was a good one, though. That's a cool cameo fatality. If only anyone really used Shujinko, because unfortunately his cameo is very tricky to learn. People, I think, are not ready to try and figure that out.
Frost. The Gateway.
Unfortunately, people are just not quite ready, I think, to start really trying to figure Shujinko out to the fullest here.
Finish him.
Alright, here we go. Whoa!
Raiden wins. Flawless victory.
I mean, it's an okay Raiden fatality. It feels more like his not his classic. What am I saying? Feels more like his traditional like Raiden fatalities, where it's just I'm gonna shock you in the air until you explode. Like I think it's not bad, but I think we've seen Raiden do that type of thing a lot. So I have it. Yeah. This one's cool. This one's much better.
Fatality.
I think it just better uses a lot of what he has. I mean,
Flawless victory.
using the lightning to shred your skin off and then doing the electric fly at the end to like shatter you, that's just cool. That's a really good use of his power. And actually showcasing more of what Raiden can do besides just, I'm gonna zap you till you explode. Like, I want to see more of Raiden's other moves and his like fatalities besides just, I'm going to zap you till kaboom. I think that's probably one of Raiden's better fatalities he's actually had in a long time.
Finish him.
Because it was actually like something different, you know? Motaro.
Fatality. Raiden.
I will say, I respect them for not giving Motaro his classic fatality from MK2. Or MK3, sorry. Where he just sticks his arm out, lifts it, and your head comes off. I'm glad, like, basically just a very generic, like, decapitation. I'm glad they gave him a new fatality, and I think this one's actually really good. Like, you actually get to see him use his cybernetic tail in a fatality. Like, that's probably the coolest part about Motaro. Like, yeah, he's a centaur, but, like, he's a centaur with, like, cybernetic enhancements. Use that, and they did, and I think that's a really fucking good fatality. It's a cameo fatality, so it's, like, admittedly, it's not as good as, like, some of the main roster ones. But for a cameo fatality, that's pretty damn good.
Rain. Reiko. Goro.
My
Frost.
current main right now.
Shang Tsung's laboratory.
I'm still, like, a, you know, big Smoke boy, you know. Smoke is still my boy, but Rain is definitely getting up there.
Finish him.
This one's clever. In the name, at least. Literally parting the Red Sea. That is red because it's soaked with your blood. Very clever name, very clever way to do that fatality. I like that. Also, of course, I mean, the whirlpool just shredding you around, like shredding you basically is... Who doesn't love to see that every once in a while? You gotta love it. Alright, and...
Finish him.
Jeez.
Fatality.
You know, that fatality, I've realized, kind of has, like, similar beats to Devora's fatality from MKX, where she does, like, a similar move at the end. Twisting you back and then backwards and then forwards to just completely fuck you up before popping your head off like that. It feels like a mix of, like, Devora and Shinnok's fatalities from MKX. It's not a bad one. I think his first one is much better, but it's still not a bad second fatality. It does help the water looks really fucking good in this game.
Finish him.
Alright, Goro, do your thing.
Fatality.
I mean, that is a Goro fatality. Just big man doing big man
Flawless
things.
Victory.
Actually utilizing his forearms, which, you know, few Goro fatalities actually do utilize the forearms, so that was good. He basically takes Jax's, like hand clap fatality, but I think Goro, like, having Goro have it, it's not bad. Oh boy. Finally on to Reiko.
Reiko.
Here, I'll switch up who I'm doing these on. Let's do him on Havoc. At this point, cameos don't matter, so I'm just gonna have it auto-lock to my main cameo. Reiko's fatalities are fucked, dude. I'm just gonna say that right now. They are fucked. Jesus.
Fatality. Reiko wins.
You know, they finally did that. They finally made the thing make sense where they do that shit where they have someone with a staff, like, chop your limbs off. But it's a spear, so this time it actually makes sense. They finally did it right. Also, holy shit, that is a very gory ass. That is a... To pull your ribcage from the bottom, to pull you down. Ugh. And that's not even the worst one he has. I don't have it.
Finish him.
Reiko, please. How close do you want me to be?
Reiko wins.
Oh, I think this one is one of those ones where close means basically touching.
Finish him.
Yeah, okay. Here we go.
Fatality.
Jesus Christ.
Reiko wins. Flawless victory.
My fucking god. Like, when you're making Havoc do things that Havoc would do to himself, like twisting his torso like that, and it doesn't look like, and it actually like looks bad, like looks like disgusting, I mean, when Havoc just does that to himself on the daily, so you know that fatality is fucked up. I mean, the start is already just disgusting, breaking the arms and stabbing you with them. Fuck me. Who hurt my mans? As someone I saw online say, who hurt Reiko? Because Jesus, this man must be in pain or something. God damn.
Reiko.
This is why we've been doing it on Reiko.
Treasure chamber.
I think we have Reptile, Scorpion, I think Sub-Zero left? Actually, I'm not sure how many we have left.
Finish him.
That's trailer fatality.
Reptile.
I mean, it's just...
Flawless victory.
If he just ate you, it would have already been, like, pretty nasty fatality. The extra shit of, like, spitting you back up just to stomp on your head is so much more than it needed to be. But you know what? Good for you, Reptile. There we go. Let's watch this jumping. It's a new take on the traditional like head bite or like eating your head fatality that Reptile normally has. I do like the actual attention to that detail of like he has acidic spit, so when he throws his tongue at you, his tongue's covered in the acid spit. So when they try to grab it and pull it off, and it's just the acid just eats their hand. Like that's actually a really good touch. And actually makes that fatality much better. It's a nice little detail that I think helps make that much better. Okay. This one is Scorpion. The main roster of the cameo.
Reiko, Sub-Zero, Frost, the Fire Temple.
Yeah, there's really cool skin for Scorpion too.
Finish him.
Scorpion's the only one with a fatality with that kind of info. That's just impressive.
Fatality. Scorpion.
Of course, they had to...
Flawless victory.
I mean, of course, they had to throw that in. That's actually a pretty cool one. The way he somehow laser guides the spears to go through your body and then curve around to hit you in the head is a pretty good detail. Oh, a pretty good touch, I should say. Alright.
Finish him.
This one's any distance. Interesting. Oh. Oh yeah, this one's cool. Okay, the audio's a little delayed, but you get the idea.
Fatality. Scorpion wins.
I don't know why the music was so
Flawless
delayed on that, but
victory.
that's a cool, like, the get over here into just kicking your skeleton out of your back like that. That's fucking cool. That's a good fatality. Also summoning the new Shirai Ryu as well. Also, apparently this one's called Killer Clones from Netherrealm. I wish I was wearing my Killer Clown shirt right now. Because that would be really funny. I did not know that this was called Killer Clones from Netherrealm. Unless that's like a different name, because I swear I've seen that fatality with a different name before. Unless they're giving it their own name. Because they don't have the official name yet. But that's a good one. I like that. Just the summoning the new Shirai Ryu to come help him. That's cool. It's kind of like Baraka's second fatality, where he summons the other Tarkatan, or he brings the other Tarkatans in for a meal. What do we have left? I think we have Tanya Sindel, Shang Tsung, Smoke. I think that's it. The next one's Shang Tsung. Oh, and Sub-Zero.
Reiko, Sub-Zero, Frost, Shang Tsung's laboratory.
I know Shang Tsung's are pretty fucked up, so we'll see what's going on here. Jeez. God, the way you just fucking melt, dude.
Flawless victory.
That one is just fucked up. It's like he could just put that in you and just let it do the work. But the fact that he's like, I want to be more involved in this. So not only does he like pull your throat out so it spills out from there, but he cuts your stomach open so it spills out from there. Like, he did not have to do any, like, he could just let the fire potion do its thing. But he was like, I wanna be involved in this. I love that he's like an alchemist in this.
Fatality.
I mean, you gotta love the alien reference. Literally summons a chest burster in the form of like an MK Dragon snake hybrid. You gotta love it. It's properly fucked too. Yeah, I love that Shang Tsung is like he's like a pseudo alchemist in this game, and I really like that. Like, a lot of his like sorcery revolves around like potions and stuff, and like not like he has like the soul steel, but it works almost more like on like a he steals like the like liquid essence of your soul, and not like the like spiritual essence like in other games. I think that's a really nice like change, and it makes him way more interesting.
Sindel, Reiko, Sub-Zero,
Queen herself.
Frost, the Fire Temple.
Here Comes Trouble. Is that what it's actually called? Oh, it actually is. Actually, they might have the official name for these.
Who's your queen?
Fatality. Sindel wins. Flawless victory.
It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. She is the true queen.
Finish him.
Tally 2. Again, seems a little delayed, but fine. Jeez.
Fatality.
I mean, blowing your
Sindel
eardrums out,
wins.
somehow popping your
Flawless
eyeballs with the
victory.
frequency, and then to just leave you in a crater as a skeleton. That's a pretty good one. I think I like that one much better than I can't speak. Oh my god, I'm like stuttering. I think I like that one a lot better than her first one. I don't know why I was getting like so like tongue-tied there.
Smoke, Reiko, Sub-Zero, Frost, the T-Power.
Interesting enough, Smoke is the only character to have 2 any distance fatalities. You could do them anywhere.
Finish him.
Which I think is cool, and I think fits with him being, you know, literally made of smoke. Or being able to do all this, yeah.
Fatality.
I'll say this, it's a good shock fatality. It is not
Flawless victory.
bad. It's, you know, it's got the right, like, gore and all that. It's disgusting. I do wish it did more, it just utilized more of what Smoke does. Because, like, yeah, he does, like, the smoke ports to get around to, like, you know, cut your body up and stuff like that. Did not mean to say it anyway, I just said there. But, like, it's cool that he does, like, the smoke ports to get around, but I wish he just did more smoke things, you know. I wish he utilized the smoke a bit better.
Finish him. Fatality.
I think that is a much better fatality for Smoke.
Wins.
I mean, him,
Flawless
like,
victory.
him just creating this dense, like, fog of smoke so they can't see. And then just showcasing his immense, like, speed and how, like, he is a true, like, ninja assassin in this game. He is the most ninja of the ninjas. I think that's a really, that is probably my favorite, like, Smoke fatality in this game. Of, like, the ones that he has here. It's probably one of my favorite fatalities in the game, because I just love how it fits his character so well. And actually utilizes his smoke powers much more than the first one. Alright. We have Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, Reiko, Sub-Zero, Frost, Temple Kataravala.
Alright, it's our last of the beta fatalities that we've already seen.
Finish him.
It is properly gory and disgusting. I will say, I still think this fatality is just okay. I think people say it's like incredible. I think it is kind of okay. I think the framing here is cool, having like the ice spike, you know, down the middle between their 2 characters. But I do kind of think that this is just like it's better than okay. I say it's like a moderately good fatality, but not as like interesting, I think, as some other fatalities we've seen.
Finish him.
Alright, and then this one I think is much better.
Fatality.
I mean, yeah, he's just beating your head against an ice wall. But the way that they, like, frame and the way they shoot this fatality is really damn good. But I think that is a really good fatality, and I do think it's the camera work that really sells it in a lot of the shots. But holy hell, is that just a really cool fatality. The moves may be basic, but damn, they know how to make it look way better. Alright, we're on our last character.
Tanya, Reiko,
Tanya time.
Sub-Zero, Frost, Wuxi Academy.
This skin for Tanya is really cool.
Finish him. Fatality.
While this is a more basic fatality because she is just, you know, ripping your head off with the pole, the addition of, like, the weird, like, chakra hand, I don't even know what kind of, like, power that is, but, like, the extra hands smashing the pole further and then helping her rip it out is a really good touch. And just is a good way to show off her power. That's a good one. Alright. Last fatality.
Fatality.
We definitely ended on a good note because I think that,
Flawless
again, I think that's a
victory.
better fatality than their first one, and I think that's a really good one, admittedly. That is a really good fatality. I remember when I first saw that, I was wondering what direction that was gonna go, and I did not expect that to go in the direction that it did. I did not expect at all that fatality to, like, to go how it did. That is a really good one. Alright, that's all of our fatalities. We now move on to fatal blows. I think now that we finished up the fatalities, man, I think these are much better than MK11's personally. MK11 may have had more, I think, more consistency with its fatalities in some ways, but I do think MK1, the ones that do stand out, really stand out in good ways. Like, in all the right ways. I think they did a very good job with these fatalities, honestly. I think I definitely enjoy these much more than MK11's.
Kitana.
Okay, we'll just go down the way.
Melina. Darius. Serena.
We will have repeat cameo fatal blows, but that's just because there's only 15 cameo fatal blows, but 23 main roster. So we'll see a few repeats, but I'll try and, like, spice it up a little bit. Alright. Let's start the fatal blows. That's not bad. I do miss her gravity-defying fatal blow from MK11, but I think that's definitely a much more grounded way of doing that. And Darius's is actually pretty good too. I think Darius has a pretty good one as well. Doing like some like Muay Thai shit, some like MMA shit. Yo, Melina. I mean, Serena's is like severing your spine like that is pretty cool. Fucking Melina just taking nibbles out of you like that, to then just bite your neck out. That is a pretty, that's a pretty good one.
Tanya, Rain, Cyrax, Kano, the
Kano. I like how sometimes like the announcer just sounds like this shit again. You mortals are combating again. Here we go. He obliterates your fucking spine. In your ribcage. That is a pretty cool one. I think Tanya's is really cool, and so is Cyrax's. The way Cyrax just absolutely destroyed your entire chest with his buzzsaw. Alright. That's not bad. I think, like, seeing Kano actually use his eye laser for moves, which for some reason is more of a rarity than you would think it would be in Mortal Kombat, is nice. And I think Reigns definitely looks really cool. I think Reigns is definitely like a good looking, it's very cinematic, and I like that. And I think the use of, like, using the water as, like, a hard, like, object to grab you and, you know, break your pelvis like that's cool.
Scorpion, Sonya Blade, Sector, Temple, Kataravala.
And set everyone to... Oh, okay, go. I've definitely seen this one a few times. Smokes at least. Smokes is actually pretty cool, the way he just puts a big-ass fucking cavern in your chest just to throw a smoke bomb in there. Also, Sonya's, I actually really like Sonya's cameo, Fatal Blow, because of, all the build-up really, like, they build up that impact with, like, her kicks. Like, her final, like, essentially double drop kick to the chest. Like, they build that impact up a lot, and I think it really pays off. That's a really good one. Yep.
Blistered.
Those are also both really good ones. The spear just sending your like neck way out of the outline is really good, and the final hit of him just doing like just like grabbing you. I forget what that move is called, but just basically dive bombing you into the ground like that is cool. And then Sector, seeing your skeleton screaming as the missiles hit is cool. And you get a really cool like hero shot of Sector in the air. Again, they're very cinematic, but they are, I think, properly so. They look very good. The tea house. Obviously, we're gonna zoom through these ones, but Fatal Blow. We've definitely seen this a few times. Both of these. I still think it's cool. I still think it is pretty cool. No pun intended, I swear. That definitely is a good one. Frost is okay. I think it's not as good as it could be. I mean, Reptile is taking a huge bite and then spitting you out, like... Basically does that in the Fatality, but it's cool to see that in the Fatal Blow as well. That seeing your whole ribcage just get destroyed by his big-ass fucking jaw. And then Jack's doing the classic backbreaker is cool.
Lee May, Kenshi, Striker, Scorpion.
Let's do...
Dark Cotton Company.
Trying to like also kind of show off as many of the stages as I can. I've definitely got my favorites though. For sure I've got my favorites in the stages. Again, we've seen this one a few times. Fucking Striker, man. I mean, I still really like Lee May's. That's a really good like neck twist there. There's a lot of power behind that, and you can definitely feel that. Also, Strikers is just fucking great. I mean, just coming and shooting, no questions asked. It's really good. The air toasty is really cool there. Kenshi's is pretty fucking cool too. I think the air toasty from Cameo Scorpion is a really like cool idea that was done very well. It was funny, I just realized I think Striker in this game, his Fatal Blow is very similar to his X-Ray in MK9, where he just pulls his whole arsenal out to fuck you up. Because that's basically all he can do. Because he's got no power. Like he's just he just pulls everything out he can to beat you up, because that's literally all he can do to at the end of the day. Alright. Fatal Blow. I think Baraka's Fatal Blow is okay. I think Cameo Sub-Zero's unfortunately is a bit lacking. Nothing like too Sub-Zero specific there, but it's okay, I guess. The impact is there, so at least there's that. I mean, Gearus's is just fucking cool. Gearus's is just amazing, dude. Punching you into a different timeline while another Gearus is doing the same, like in his Fatality, two gears is doing the same thing and converging in that little like split to beat you up at like with each other. That's so cool. And obviously cameo Kung Lao's is, I mean, I feel like he's definitely done a move like that before. I think it was MK11. He like knocks you headfirst into his saw. I do like that they use like all like basically his entire arsenal with like the dive kick and the teleport and stuff, you know? Like they basically use Kung Lao's whole arsenal with his hat, the teleport, and the dive kick.
Motaro.
I think that was a very good idea.
Hanging Gardens.
So I think overall it's probably one of the better cameo ones because it actually utilizes the character's whole moveset, kind of like Strikers. Yep. Shang Tsung. That fucking laugh, dude. I mean, both of those are just fucking sick. Shujinko's looks really good. I love the multiple, like, rapid punches. Followed by, like, the grabbing and breaking your neck like that. And Shang Tsung's is just so cinematically cool. And also just a cool move in general. A really good fatal blow combo there. Yeah, I think General Shao's fatal blow is cool. I do think the last hit feels a bit too weak, though. I wish there was a bit more impact on that in some way. It's still cool, but I just think there needs to be a bit more impact to that hit, because it kind of feels not as bad, but it feels kind of similar to Kano's fatality from MK versus DC, where he gently lands on you and that apparently kills you. Motaro's fatal blow is really cool. Just seeing Motaro actually have a fatal blow in this game is incredible, and I think they did a good job, like, actually, again, utilizing the idea of him being a centaur, you know?
Goro.
Why not? We'll do Motaro again for Raiko.
Living Forest.
I mean, it makes sense that Zendel would also have Goro. Yep. Jesus. I just realized that with a combo I created here. Oh boy. I mean, it's the most painful fatal blow in the game, dude. It's so nasty. And then Goro ripping your arms out of your sockets too. Like that, I did not intentionally put these two together. It just kind of worked out that Goro and Sindel happen to be together, so they happen to have two, basically ripping both your arms and legs out of their sockets. Also, I picked Motaro. Actually, a good thing I did that because I can show off a thing I learned about Motaro recently from watching a tournament. Right there. You press the cameo button while the fatal blow, like, animation's going off. Motaro attacks instead. This is a good one. There's a lot of good impact on that. I mean, it would have been cool to maybe see, like, a bit more of, like, the grappler style there. But I think that has the proper impact it needs to make that feel pretty good. So Raiko's is pretty good, but yeah. If you ever played Motaro cameo in this game, if you have a fatal blow and your fatal blow you want it to come out faster, you want to hit confirm and do it faster, you just press the cameo button, nothing else, just the right bumper or whatever your cameo button is, while the fatal blow is going off, and Motaro will do a super quick forward punch instead of whatever your move would normally be with your cameo. So Raiko's is actually normally a command grab, like he normally just, and you can even make it so you can grab anyone in the sky if you think they're gonna jump. You press up when Raiko's doing his fatal blow, and he actually does an air grab. So yeah, there's a lot of variations to these fatal blows, which I think is really cool.
Kung Lao.
Who would we go to? Kang.
Striker.
Striker. Striker.
Corrupted Forest.
I mean, we gotta bring the Shaolin monks back together. At least for this game's timeline, this would technically be the New Age Shaolin monks, Raiden and Kung Lao. Since Liu Kang is now a fucking god. I like that, that move. Being like a nod to like his classic moves from MK1. I mean, Raiden's Fatal, it's a fucking Injustice-ass, like, Fatal Blow, where it's like, he's going to such extremes for no reason, being extra as shit, and I love it. Definitely a really cool-looking Fatal Blow. You go, Liu Kang? I mean, summoning the literal MK logo to smack you back down to the ground. Hang on, Raiden. Okay, stop. But yeah, summoning the MK Dragon to summon you, to, like, just smack you down to the ground, and obviously the classic bicycle kicks with the gibberish there. That's always cool. It's always cool to see that. We love it.
Johnny Cage, Kung Lao.
I mean, Johnny and Sonya would make sense. Kung Lao. I would give you Kung Lao, but we just saw him, so I'll give you Shujinko. Why not? Yeah, I'm trying to, like, give him, like, different cameos so we're not just seeing the same cameo move every time. Because I could just keep picking the same one, but I want to keep it at least somewhat varied here. Here we go. And you know I gotta hold it. I mean, come on. I mean, the hit itself is pretty impactful. I do like him breaking the fourth wall. And the characters, like, know that they scream out is so visceral every time. Everybody will scream no when Johnny's about to do that, and it's always so visceral. And I always feel bad for him every time. Oh, well. Actually, another good combo I picked here because of what Kung Lao left to do. This is the Rapid Punch Fatal Blow. That is a pretty good one. I like the rapid punches, as that's Kung Lao's kind of shtick, is rapid punches in the hat. At least in the more recent games. I like that. That's a good one. And that combo with Shujinko, I forgot that that is actually a really good combo because of his rapid punch. Ashura gets free, obviously. Tara. Who would fit for you? I would do Goro. Why not? Let's look at Goro's again.
Tomb of the Dragon Army.
Alright. Ashura just... yeah, Ashura and Sakura just makes sense. I mean, they're sisters. Technically. Damn. Okay, Ashura's is really cool. I mean, obliterating your entire upper torso with the bladed wings, and then to do all the extra stuff at the end there with the actual blades on the wings, that was really cool. I like that a lot. That was a really good one. You know, I think the hit itself isn't, like, incredible by any means. Like, I mean, like, yeah, it's... She takes her long-ass nails and sticks it to your neck, which is cool, because it's all aerial, because, you know, she's a vampire. Which, that's cool. I think honestly, one of the best parts about that was the ending, like, where she, like, rides you like that, like... Hold on. Where... She's like on your she's on your back and like slamming you into the ground and then just basically just treating you like a fucking surfboard, just uh, you know, dragging you across the ground like that. The reason I kind of liked it a lot is it's very reminiscent of the MK movie that came out recently, the MK 2021 movie, where Kung Lao does the same thing to her, but he does it into his hat to kill her.
Havoc.
I think it's actually really cool. You know what, Raiko? You still require... Or, Raiko, you still need to be punished for what the fuck you've been doing.
Darius. Motaro.
But yeah, I think,
The Hourglass.
that's a really cool, like, nod to the movie of Nitara doing what basically Kung Lao did to her. I don't know if that's intentional, but it definitely looks similar enough that it might be. Alright, last one, Havoc. Let's finish him off. Havoc and Darius make sense, by the way. Book order them, guys. Go together in the story. It makes sense. I mean, remember what I said earlier? That's a good one for. That's a really good one for Havoc, because Havoc's whole thing is punching you so hard he just breaks parts of his body to create new weapons, because he can regenerate, so he just doesn't care. That's a really good one for Havoc. All right, that's our fatal blows. Dude, this game, I love these fatal blows. Like, I love that they brought back the X-ray feature. I think that was really smart, was bringing back X-rays.
Rain.
What was it?
Johnny Cage.
I'm actually gonna...
Sub-Zero.
I want to practice some stuff with...
Frost.
I want to practice some of my stuff with Rain.
The Great Hall.
But yeah, these fatal blows are really cool. Like, I don't even mind that they're, like, limited to, like, one move per character, because they definitely make the most of that one move. But yeah. That is MK1's Fatal Blows and Fatalities. Definitely had... Again, it could be a recency bias thing. Like, we won't really know until, obviously, much later down the line, but... At least right now, I think these are so much better than what we had in MK11. Like, the Fatal Blows in MK11 weren't bad. I'm not saying that they were bad or the Fatalities were bad. I just personally like these more. And again, it could be recency bias. Could be I'm just more biased towards this game because I enjoyed this game much more than I did MK11. But, again, that's a time will tell sort of thing. But I'm going to end this stream for a second because I want to have this as a VOD to put to YouTube later. But I'm going to end stream. I'm going to start stream back up. We're going to come back and we're going to do some Rain online. Because I really want to show off what Rain can do. Or at least what I've learned with him, because I'm very much enjoying him, so. Yeah, this will be it for just this portion, but we're going to do some online now. To finish off. I don't know for how long I will do it, but definitely intend to play for a bit here.